Hey you guys, I wanted to come on here and make this video regarding the racial profiling situation that occurred with SZA, where she was trying to go and buy some Fenty Beauty at Sephora, and one of the personnel called for security. Obviously we all know that they did that because she's black, but I want to give you guys a little brief history on SZA's views on race in the past, and why I'm actually happy that she got this wake-up call, and I wish this would happen to more black people that are in denial about race relations. So if you guys are interested in knowing what occurred in the past with SZA and her views on race, please stay tuned for the rest of this video. StraightBlackLove.com is dedicated to matching up black singles. Best of all, they are international. Go take a look for yourself and go create a free profile today at StraightBlackLove.com. This video is sponsored by Car Marshall. They have over 100,000 cars in their inventory. While you shop, they will negotiate for you. I'll provide the link for you to go click and search for your new vehicle today. AshKickin.com, whether you need incense, personal hygiene products, candles, car fresheners, AshKickin is your go-to. Please visit AshKickin.com, use Paris Milan at checkout to receive 15% off. This video is also sponsored by Soulfully Scented LV. They are a black-owned hair care line that has very affordable and potent products, and they also have a physical store located in Las Vegas, Nevada on 1210 West Owen Avenue. Be sure to go and support the online store as well as the physical store today. Amarachi Chinoso, formerly known as Solana Rowe, aka SZA, is a singer under the TDE label, and she's label mates with the Grammy Award-winning rapper Kendrick Lamar. And for those of you who don't know, SZA stands for Sovereign Zigzag Allah, which is part of the Supreme Alphabet. Now, I've been rocking with SZA from like day one, okay? One of my favorite songs by her is Hijack. You know, I was really with her when she had the freckles going on, the really poofy hair, had her SEP downloaded, the ZEP downloaded, and I was really rooting for SZA, obviously, because she is a black woman, and I love the vibe that she brought was sort of 90s neo soul mixed in with some eclectic, earthy, hippie sort of vibe, and I really like that. I appreciated the transparency that she brought as well in terms of her upbringing, how she spoke about her being raised in a Christian and Muslim household. She was teased, you know, being this black kid wearing a hijab, and that she was debating if she wanted to be like a marine biologist, if I'm not mistaken. She took out like $80,000 in school loans, and she was trying to figure out a way to pay it back, and she just delved into the music industry. She had some pretty rough beginnings. She didn't immediately take off when she got into the industry, but I always felt like the industry shaded SZA. Even when she initially started out, you know, her music didn't have the elements that her music has now. You know, her music more now is about like empowerment and self-awareness and relationships. I feel like they really changed up her image. They kind of changed her into sort of a sex symbol, but also I feel like the music industry decided to let her get a chance like once she made a song about being the side chick and her massively popular song The Weeknd, and that's when like the music industry was really pushing her, like the machine was behind her. But I also feel like they shaded her in terms of the Grammys. Control was hot, everybody was downloading. SZA was really getting her name out there, and she was like the most nominated person of the Grammys of 2018. And so when she didn't win anything, I was just like not really shocked, because this is how they do black women in the industry. They will use them up, they'll sexualize their image, they'll act like they're behind them, but then when the time comes for them to get their just due, they really just look over them. And SZA even said herself that she was mad that she didn't win not one Grammy. I think her being shocked by this has a lot to do with her views on race. Now, I want to go into more recent times, okay? I don't want to go too much into like a biography of her life. Now, recently she made a post where she was talking about her experience at Sephora, and she says here, LMAO, Sandy Sephora, location 614 Calabasas, called security to make sure I wasn't stealing. We had a long talk. You have a blessed day, Sandy. Then she goes on to say, can a B cop her Fenty in peace or what? And of course, Sephora gives their little apology that's so mundane, and oh, we're gonna investigate it, but SZA hasn't responded to it yet. SZA used to work at Sephora, so the fact that she doesn't even have respect in a store, that should be heralding that this now famous worldwide singer is frequenting Sephora to pick her up some makeup. You think they have her pictures in there, okay, celebrating the fact that she once worked at that chain. You would think that this person would know who she is, but these people don't care. And this woman racially profiled SZA, which SZA did not say herself it's racial profiling, and I'll be explaining to you why I think she didn't say that. Clearly this was a case of them thinking that she's stealing because she's a black woman coming up in Sephora, when realistically they should be watching some of those white people that come up in there, because what I notice is that a lot of those non-blacks be stealing from Sephora, yet they be so focused on us. And the irony of it all is that she has modeled for Fenty before. This is why I hate when I hear black people talk about, oh, it's not racism, it's classism. A multi-millionaire such as a SZA, these people are not your average black person, and they still face racial discrimination. But this is the irony about this all, because during the height of the Ferguson riots, people were resisting. People were out there marching and supporting Mike Brown because we had already had Trayvon Martin killed, and it was just a host of of other slaughterings that were going on with black men, and there were black women that were being killed subsequent to that, such as Sandra Bland and others. SZA made some comments in regards to them implementing martial law, which had people kind of side-eyeing her. So she says, why instating martial law in a situation plagued with police brutality makes sense to you is beyond me. Hashtag this is beyond color. So not only did she make that tweet, but then she also posted this photo that showed this white woman being kicked in her head by a police officer. She really all lives mattered the situation. I don't know if she was aware of this, but it was very dismissive of the fact that you are trying to equate a white woman in a rare instance being kicked in her head by the police is the same as the regular occurrences of blacks being slaughtered by the police and other racist white supremacists. That really spoke volumes to people, and people really jumped on her because of that. I don't understand why a lot of black people take this mindset where it's like they can't be honest and just say, yeah, they're harming black people, they're targeting black people. Like, this is a fight that blacks need to focus on. We need to put our resources together and figure out how we're going to get out of this. They like to all lives matter. And, oh, well, they're not just killing us, they're killing all people. But all those people are not out there vouching for black. And especially with these white women, I'm not even sure why black women even still try to always protect non-black women and be so inclusive of them. When you see in these situations, it was a white woman that racially profiled us. And I'm sure you guys are going to be like, well, how do you know she's white? We all know that the black code that we do nowadays, when these people are asking us for our identification or they're asking us for our key fobs to make sure that we're located at a certain apartment or whatever the situation is, y'all start nicknaming them and it goes nothing past that, just a nickname. And so in this instance, she gave her the nickname of Sandy Sephora. If these women cared so much about black women, they would be out there on the front lines fighting for us to be included at the table, fighting for us to get equal justice, but they're not doing that. And so I think in the past when SZA made these comments, some of you guys may say, oh, well, she was young, but she was like 23 when it happened. SZA's currently 28. She should have known a little bit better than making the assumption that this is just about all people when it's clearly not the case. And hopefully it's been a learning lesson for her. We have had enough black people trying to take an inclusive mindset. It's like backfiring on us now. We've always ignored what is impacting us the most for the sake of others, because I think we're low-key ashamed to talk about how we are oppressed and how to get out of this situation. And I just hope that SZA was able to learn from that. And I hope that this situation is really teaching her that they don't care that you're a celebrity. They don't care how much money you have. Like, you feeling as if race is not a factor, it clearly is a factor, because if it wasn't, they wouldn't have accused you of potentially stealing and calling in security on you when you are a well-known celebrity. And I know it's hard for all of them to be able to do that because, again, we all have an individual mindset where we feel like, well, this is affecting that black person, I'm immune from this happening to me. And also another reason why is because their biggest cash cow is the entertainment industry, and a lot of the industry is ran by white people, so they feel as though if they speak out about racial injustices that it will somehow mess up their endorsements. And then when we get hit with these wake-up calls, it's like, oh my god, like, I can't believe this, now I want to go out there and fight a good fight. And it's like, well, you have the opportunity to do it and you kind of fell off the mark. But again, I'm not saying to cancel SZA, I'm not saying she's a bad person, I'm just saying that you got to be careful what you speak into your life and viewing situations, as everybody is attacked because everybody is not treated the same. But I hope that other black people who aren't celebrities realize that you can't escape racism no matter how much you try to claim the blacks are victims and it's all people and we're not disenfranchised. It'll happen to you when you least expect it. So anyways, guys, let me know what you feel about this Sephora situation. Did you hear about it? Do you feel like she was targeted because of racial profiling? Also, let me know if you knew about her comments in terms of Ferguson. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.